Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Bound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I am a journaler, journal maker and teacher of journaling courses, and today is a video request by Lynn King from the giveaway video that I have up on my channel that you are welcome to enter for this week. And I'm giving away some Daphne's Diary journals and an ephemera holder, and the way to enter was to ask me a question and let me know a video request. So the lovely Lynn asked me to do a video showing how I fold the pages of Daphne's Diary so that the page is not sideways when you put your journal together. So that works perfectly because I'm just working on these Daphne's Diary journals using the covers of the magazine, one of the front and one of the back. So I've just grabbed my back cover because this one is smaller and narrower, so shorter and narrower. So this one really suits folding the pages lengthways so that they are the right way up. So usually when I make my Daphne's Diary journals, I do a combination of both, sideways and the right way up, because I like having that variety, and different pages suit different things depending on what pictures are there, what words, what writing, that type of thing. But because this is a video request, I made it so every single page in this journal will be facing the right way up. So I hope you enjoy this video, Lynn, and anyone else watching. So basically, it's really simple with the pattern pages. All I need to do is fold them in half, basically, because it fits perfectly inside the journal cover like that. Like I do trim off the ripped edge and just tidy up that edge, and then basically I get my ruler and a pencil so I can just mark where I need to cut it off. And the great thing about this journal size as well is that I can use both the full size page that I've measured, and this little offcut here is also going to be used as a page. So I get 2 pages out of one magazine page for my journal, which is really fun. And this one, same thing. All I do is fold it pretty much in half. This one has a bit more, so I am just kind of folding it so that it stays inside the cover, so that hopefully when I put it all together, the pages will fit nicely inside the cover. Obviously, the more pages you put into the journal, the inner pages will stick out more and may be visible outside of the cover. So that's fine if you like that look. Me, I kind of like clean, tidy edges, and I kind of think of the cover as protecting the inside pages. So I like my pages to be inside the cover, so not visible on the outside. So I will cut down and trim my pages quite aggressively, is that the right word? Quite generously, so that they're quite inside the inner cover. Hang on, how am I going to explain this? that they aren't right up to the edge of the cover, that they're cut quite a bit inside the cover. Yeah, if that makes any sense. So I've just put a page aside, and I'll bring that page out later at the end of the video just to show you why I'm not going to be using that page, even though originally when I was choosing pages for this journal, I thought that was going to be my middle page. So hold that thought in your head, we're going to come back to that page. So this one here, yeah, I'm just going to fold over pretty much almost in half, trim off that excess little scrappy piece where I've ripped it out of the magazine. This one I'm going to be doing a bit different. Usually I will line it up either at the top or the bottom and trim it down, but this one I don't particularly want that writing at the top necessarily, and I want to focus on where that heart is. So I'm just going to cut it so that the heart is at the top of the page, and then I also love the little vase of hearts there. So I want to, if I could, I wanted to include some of that, which works out perfectly because I can include all of those little hearts at the top of that little bouquet. So that's where an example of where I'm using the page design to tell me where to place my cuts. I'm going, oh, I want to feature that, and I want to feature that, so that's where I'll put my top cut, that's where I'll put my bottom cut. And I always check the inside pages just to make sure that, you know, it's not cut in a really weird place. I mean, it doesn't matter too much in a junk journal because you can always cover it over, but for my eye, that's what I'm looking for. I'm making sure that each of the 4 pages will look okay. It's not cut off in a really strange place. So this one as well, again, just folding it over, and I'll trim off the excess. And this one, I do take a bit of time trying to figure out where I want to place my cut. Yeah, like the pattern pages, it's easy. You don't even have to think. You can just cut it. You choose the top or the bottom and just cut it off. Whereas this one, I'm thinking that I don't want the word at the bottom. It says hairband, you know, so again, you could cover that over, but it's not anything significant. If it said the word flower, maybe I'd keep it or something like that. Or if there was half a word, or no, wait, if there was one word on one side and one word on the other, and there were nice words, maybe I'd keep it. But because it's, you know, just this random word that I'm not particularly connected to in any way, I'm just going to cut off that word. And I really like that too, with the blue writing on the inside with the little illustrations, the colourful illustration of the birds. This could work. I'm totally happy including that into the journal. I don't mind having some writing break up all of the images. Maybe it just gives the journal some space to breathe. You know, some of the pages with the images are quite busy. There's a lot going on the page, lots of colour. So having that handwriting all across the page, that for me would just be its own decorative feature page, because I quite enjoy that font anyway. And it just has, yeah, it kind of breaks up the pattern, or breaks up what you're looking at through the journal. Like every page when you're turning it, you can have a bit of difference, a bit of interest, a bit of variety. And this one's really pretty. I love the wreath. So I'm just cutting this so that the tag can be its own section. So what I'm kind of doing is cutting 2 pages so that they can stand alone. So this one has the wreath on one side and the flowers on the other. This one has a tag on one side and the bird on the other. So it just so happened that there were 4 different elements on each of the 4 sides of the page that worked really well. That told me how to cut the page so that there were 4 on each side of the page. And the inside of the pages on that particular page worked really well as well. Sometimes you just get lucky and the pages just work. This was another one that worked really well, because one side of the page has 4 elements, so no matter where you cut, well, you do kind of want to catch in the middle, but where you cut, when you open it out, there'll be a decorative picture on either side of the page, so that works really well. And then over here on the other side, we have beautiful images too, and I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't cutting anything off, like the bunny rabbit. I didn't want to cut the bunny rabbit in half or anything like that. So I'm just making sure I cut each element out. So you can see there's the bunny rabbit on one side of the page, and a lovely picture on the other side of the page. Same with that page there. So it's just a matter of what I do, yeah, just looking at the page, looking at where each image or word is on the page, and then cutting it so that on each side of the page you've got something pretty to look at, basically. You're not going to get that every time just because of the layout. It's going to be hit or miss, but that's ideally what I'm looking for each time I go through the magazine. So this one, I'm not really wanting to use that one. It's too symmetrical, if that makes sense. This one I didn't really want to use either. It's a bit too plain on one side, and I don't really particularly like the mice on the other side. And because I'm getting 2 pages out of one magazine page, I don't need these extra pages. So that one I really liked, one side of the page but not the other. Now coming back to this page, this was going to be my middle page, but it does not suit folding it vertically. It suits more folding it horizontally like this. So I'm going to save that for the middle page of my other journal, which works really well because it's got the lemon colours on the other side of the page. And then I can fold that in half so that it's going sideways so you can read the poem. If I folded it vertically, I don't think that would suit this particular journal. So that's how I'm going to adapt and change, and we're just going to make all the pages vertical in this one. So I hope you enjoyed that video and it was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys! A big thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in April. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for another month. It really means the absolute world to me, and I could not do this without you. If you would like to become a patron in May, I will leave the link below to my Patreon down in the description box. That's where you get access to more videos from me, personal updates, printables, and if you're a Ruby patron or higher, you get every single digital kit from my Etsy with a new kit each month. If you would like to support my channel through a one-off donation, you can do that through PayPal to my email address or through Buy Me a Coffee. And if you'd like to be part of any of my journaling courses, I'm starting them again in May for the month of May. So feel free to email me to register, and I hope you have fun journaling your life because your stories matter.